Hi, and welcome to my channel. Today I have a thrift flip video for you that I think you're going to enjoy. So let's get started. All right, this first one is my favorite, I think. I come across this enamel lid. I think it's to an old refrigerator. I actually have another one that I paid a lot more money for. This one I found for $1.99. Now, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them, and I just knew that I had to have it because I thought it would be an awesome blank to make a sign with. I have had this in my stash for only about a week. Now this boy and girl I picked up at Hobby Lobby last year and they were 90% off. So I think I paid $1.74 or $1.94, something like that. Anyway, they were 90% off. So, and I've had them in my stash for a year or more. The little girl was chipped, but I thought no problem because I can touch her up with some paint. So I have already spray painted them with a flat black Rust-Oleum 2 times spray paint, and I did not spray paint the bottom. I don't know why, but I am just going over the bottoms with a coat of Waverly ink chalk paint just to touch them up. So then I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and cover them again with some Waverly ink chalk paint just to give them a fresh coat, just in case there was anything that I missed with the spray paint. So that was a little boy, and now I'm going to complete the little girl. I apologize for leaving all this painting in here. So today I will just tell you that I am collaborating with Simply Blessed Crafts. Her name is Tiffany. And if you have not met Tiffany yet, go over to her channel and let her know that Tammy sent you. And I'll tell you more about her later. So to attach these are ceramic. So to attach these to this enamel lid, I am using my Starbond glue. Now you can find a link to that in my Amazon store. It's actually, I believe, a little cheaper to purchase them on Amazon than it is to go to the Starbond website. But if you go to my Amazon link, they are actually listed in my store. And I realize that it's a little pricey, but sometimes they do have it on sale on Amazon. And Amazon Day is coming up, guys. Okay, this is not a paid video for Amazon by any means. So I got the little girl attached down, and now I'm just trying to figure out like how I'm going to put the little boy on and get him straight without having to mark or anything. So honestly, I just eyeballed this, and you're going to have to apologize. My dome, it does come across there, and ignore the white paint in my hair. I've been painting all day, um, redoing my dad's living room. So I am covered in paint from head to toe. And here is the accelerator. Now, I'm going to have to buy some accelerator in a spray can because this pump leaks like nobody's business. And that stuff is expensive. So, anyway, it irritates me every time I use it. Every time I pump it, it leaks. I don't know what is going on, but you got to use the accelerator, otherwise, it won't stick. Well, it will stick. It just takes longer to set up. So I just wipe off the accelerator, and I love how this turns out. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, so as you know, well, if you have not been watching my channel, then you probably don't know. But if you have been watching my channel, you know that I am remodeling my bathroom. So if you have not caught that video, I will link it up above in the cards right here for you. So I am in the process of remodeling my bathroom, and I just epoxy painted the sink and it turned out gorgeous. So you're going to have to go over and see what product I used and how it was before, and the after is absolutely stunning, I feel like. So if you haven't caught that video, make sure you go over and watch it. Okay, so this is going to be for my bathroom door, and I honestly should have just put a girl and a dog paw because that's all that goes into my bathroom. is me and my dogs. My husband has his own bathroom. Um, anyway, but I love this idea. I did not know. I didn't have a clue what I was going to do with these. And so I'm glad that I could finally use up my stash and come up with a cute idea for my bathroom. I am just using a plant hanger from Dollar Tree and one of the links in there. And I just decide how long I want it. And then I bend the little prongs back to remove the extra little links. And then I put it in the little holes. And there you go. So let me know what you think. I hope you love it as much as I do. Isn't it cute? Oh, I just love it. I love it so much. All right. So, like I said, today I am collabing with Tiffany over at Simply Blessed Crafts. Now, if you have not gone over and visited Tiffany's channel, please do so. I know she's a new YouTuber, and I am more than happy to pay it forward and support her channel. Somebody supported me, and I have no issues with paying it forward and supporting somebody else. So, let's help her grow her channel and get her monetized. All right, guys, on to the next DIY. So this teacup is gorgeous. I love it. And it's been sitting in my craft room for quite some time. I did have it glued together with Star Bond and it keeps coming apart. Now you'll see I glue it a few times and it just does not stick. I don't know what is going on. But the third time seems to be the charm. I don't know. I tried using the Star Bond. I think the first time I used the thin and it just wasn't good enough. It didn't have enough adhesion. So now I'm using the thick. I also used the thick Star Bond on the boy and girl in the first DIY. So I put this on here and I don't know if maybe my accelerator didn't reach it or what, but it just did not have good contact and adhesion to the plate. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. So then I look at it and I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't, maybe I didn't put enough. Now, I think the best glue for this probably would have been the epoxy glue that you like squirt out and then you mix together and then put that on your objects. I think that would have probably been better because then I thought, okay, well, I'm going to use Star Bond and then I'm going to just use hot glue to hold it in place so that I get that immediate hold, permanent hold combo. But even that didn't work because then when I sprayed the accelerator, it like released the hot glue or something. I don't know. Anyway, it didn't see it turning there. It just did not hold. And of course, my accelerator went all over the place every time I spray it. So I'm like trying to get it to set up, not setting up. I'm like, what is going on here? So I just wanted to leave this in there just so you guys know that sometimes if you're struggling, just know that we're struggling too. But if you have any advice or ideas of why this wasn't sticking, please let me know because I always like to learn and I love it when you guys give me tips. And there are things that I don't think about, when it's late at night and I'm trying to craft and get a video out. And so, um, with crafting, I'm constantly learning. I don't know it all and I am a perfectionist, but I mean, I'm not perfect. And, I just and see, I put it on the 3rd time and there, it fit perfectly. It stuck perfectly. I don't know what happened, but it all of a sudden decided that, "Oh, I'm gonna stick now." So then I just put more glue where the cup actually has really good contact with the plate, and we're good to go. But I feel like, that epoxy glue would probably have been better. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this teacup. Love it. It's gonna be outside my craft room door. Okay. On to the next DIY. Now, this one is kind of 3 in 1. So you're going to have to bear with me. Now, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I have a fascination with these antique wooden mirrors, and they have to be made out of wood or plaster. Now, this one is a plaster, and I just loved it because of the shape. And this one, I loved it because it was also made of wood. Looks like carved wood to me. It kind of gives me like a goth feeling. Art deco maybe, I don't know, but that one is definitely going to the booth, but I am keeping the other two. Now, if you watched my cardboard challenge, you know that duct tape and I have a love-hate relationship. And this was definitely on the very much dislike relationship. Oh my goodness. This duct tape had been on there for so long and it was stuck, guys. Like, good stuff here. I don't know. It was stuck. Anyway, I had a time trying to get it off, but I finally did. There we go. And I just finally just flip it over and rip it off. And I just get all that sticky off of there. And my gosh, it was sticky because I wanted to get that mirror clean. And it looked like somebody had already tried to DIY it, and I love how it looked, but it had some scuffs and some chips, and so I am going to go over it with my apothecary from DIY paints. And I'm using this brush that I purchased off of Amazon. It's like a $6 brush. It is pointed. I'll show you here later on in the video that it is a rounded pointed tipped brush, just like the Perfectionist that they sell for $21 on some websites, but this one is on Amazon for $5.99. I just looked it up the other day because I showed my sister. So, guys, if you don't want to spend $21 for a very expensive brush, which I'm sure works fabulous, you can spend $6 and get pretty much the same thing. So, this is also linked in my Amazon store if you are interested in a brush. I love this brush because it is rounded. You can see the pointed tip and it does get down into all those little nooks and crannies. Especially this one. Now, this one reminds me of kind of like a goth revival, I don't know, style. But I am using the same brush and I am using the same apothecary paint, and we are going to update this and just give it a refresh. I picked it up because I loved all the carvings on it. It is wooden and it is heavy. It is heavy. Now, you cannot get the mirror off the back. The backing is glued down and it's glued down very, very well. So I did not want to disturb the integrity of the backing. I just wanted to update the front of this mirror. So I just used this brush. And again, it is only $6 and it is in my Amazon store. I believe it's under tools of the trade. And it gets into all those little nooks and crannies. And I just continue to paint it with the apothecary paint. And I feel like once I get done with this mirror, it reminds me of shabby chic. So here's my third mirror, and this one, I love the shape of it. It is made out of wood, so it's carved wood, and I am using ivory. No, no, I am using Plaster by Waverly chalk paint, and I am just going to put on the Waverly chalk paint, and then I'm going to spray it with my mister bottle and let the paint run down because I like how that looks. And then I'm going to distress it back a little. So you see, I just spritz it on there. And now this paint or that spritzer bottle I got from Timu, and it is a continuous spray. And so it's a mister. And I love it. It's like one of my favorite misters. because it doesn't put out like a lot of paint, like the little spray bottles from Dollar Tree. It puts out not paint, water. It puts out a lot of water and it kind of I don't know, squirts it out really forcefully. So this one is just it's just a continuous mister and I love it. And I believe it was only like $4. $3 or $4. Super cheap compared to the ones on Amazon. So you got to kind of shop around. So then after I let the paint drip down and I just help it with my brush, I am distressing it back in some areas and I love how this turns out. So the black and the gold actually comes through. So depending on how distressed you want to distress your item, if you wanted to leave it white, you can leave it white, but I do like some of that black and that gold peeking through. So now I am just taking this white silk. It is white wax and it is from Vintage Market and Design. Now, I don't know if you can even get that kind of paint or products anymore. I purchased this years ago from a lady who was going out of business. She had her own store, and her store was full of thrift flips and auction items that she would pick up. So you could buy furniture and from there to redo yourself, or she also redid a lot of furniture and smalls and stuff like that. So with this product, you have to just mix it well because some of the wax was sitting on top. So I mixed it, and this is a brush that I picked up from an antique mall where I buy my fusion paint. She carried these brushes, and honestly, I don't know the name of this brush. I can't see it in the film. It looks like it was $17. So the reason I don't know the name of the brush is because it's made in Germany and it's in German. So there you go. All right. So, and this brush, honestly, it works perfectly for waxing. So it's probably going to be my wax brush. Um, but it's also great for putting on paint as well. So I just continue to heavily white wax this frame and then I'm going to set it aside. It says on the wax instructions that you need to let it set for 2 to 24 hours. And I just looked up online, and you can still get the Vintage Market and Design paint and products. So you might have to get it on Etsy or somebody's boutique or something like that. I'm not really sure, but they do still make that type of paint. So, but it does set for a very long, it needs to set for a little while. And so I haven't used this wax very much. I'm trying to use up all the products that I have in my stash because I have some older products and I want to get through that so that I can start using my newer products because I don't want them to get old. And um, anyway, so that's my plan. All right, so after I waxed both of these frames, heavily waxed them, then I go back and I just wipe it back. And this is what the I think it looks shabby chic. The shabby chic frame looks, and now I am just wiping back the round one, which I should have done the round one first because I waxed it first, but I didn't, and that's okay. Like I said, it says to leave it set for 2 to 24 hours and then wipe it back, but I don't have time for that. So I waxed it and we wiped it back. Now, I did let it set for 24 hours before I took the pictures and they look gorgeous. So now I just took my brown paper. I used some spray adhesive to attach the brown paper to the back of this frame, or I'm sorry, this mirror. And I did use duct tape again to put the mirror back on because that's the only way to hold it on there. And I'm just cleaning it up with the brown paper on the back. And that way it also won't scratch my walls. So, the only thing I forgot to do was poke a hole where the hole was so I could hang it on the wall. But that's okay. I'll poke a hole later. And then I just clean the mirrors up and they're ready to go. So this one I just had to screw the little screw back in to put the mirror back in there. And I'm just showing you that this mirror is not perfect. It does have some scratches on it, but I still love it. It's gonna look great in my grandbaby's nurseries, and you're gonna have to just let me know what you think of these mirrors. All right, guys, if you are new here, I want to thank you so much for stopping by, taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. And guys, if you're returning, of course, you know I love you. I want to thank you as well for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos and supporting my channel always. Please do not forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not subscribed. And don't forget to go over and visit Tiffany's channel. I will have her channel linked down below in my description box. And let's get on with the final reveal. All right, guys, make sure to let me know which project was your favorite. I think the boys and girls bathroom sign is got to be my favorite because it's everything that I love. It's black and white, it's vintage, it's got a little bit of everything in there. And so Farmhouse. And I've been wanting a bird feeder for quite some time. I love this little teapot, not teapot. I love this little tea set, and it's just the cutest little thing. So let me know what you think about these mirrors. Which mirror is your favorite? I think the round one is my favorite. I also like this one. I cannot wait to get them hung up in my baby's nursery. In my grandbaby's nursery. I got to remember, I'm just the grandmother. Did I do this mirror justice? Now, all of them were painted gold to begin with, and that's your first clue that they are vintage mirrors. And then it looked like some of them were painted black. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous, safe holiday for the 4th of July, and I will see you in the next one.